Wow, this is a really big library. I mean, guys, look at all these books. I've loved to read ever since I was young. And through this program, we aim to inspire children to read more books, which will spark their imagination tremendously. So, let's find out what today's book is. And remember, you can always watch us on KTV too. So, welcome back everybody, and today we'll be reading the story of The Lion King, the magical story. So let's see what the story is about, okay?
Actually, I love The Lion King.
I know.
Yeah, I've read this book before, but I still really like to reread it a lot.
I've read about 100 times, but each time I read the story, I get a sudden thrill of what the climax at the end of the story is.
I know.
I know. Even though the story is always the same thing, I always get excited.
Let's begin?
Yes, so let us. As the morning sun rose high over the African plain, animals and birds gathered at the foot of Pride Rock. There he is. There's a new prince. Welcome, Prince Simba, they shouted. They watched in silence as a wise old baboon carried the lion cub high into the air. The clouds parted and the sun rays shone down on the future king of the forest. Slowly, the old baboon lowered his arms and took Simba back to his proud parents, King Mufasa and Queen Sarabi. It was a really special day. Time passed quickly for little Simba. And soon his father one day took him to the edge of a cliff and showed him, "Son, this is the future kingdom. You have to take care of it. And remember, a good king must respect all creatures, for we exist together in the great circle of life." Later that day, Simba met his uncle, Scar, who is a brother of his father. The cub proudly told him that he had seen the whole of his future kingdom. "Even beyond the northern border?" Scar asked slyly. Now you see, Scar is really jealous of Simba and King Mufasa because he is the brother of King Mufasa, and yet he's not the ruler, so he is a really greedy person who wishes just for money and power.
So he's kind of evil.
Yes, exactly.
Actually, he is evil in the movie.
Yeah, so he's the villain of the story. Let's see now. "Well, no," said Simba sadly. "My father has forbidden my going there." "Quite right. Only the bravest lions go there. An elephant graveyard is no place for a young prince," he told. Simba now was so annoyed. He was thinking, how dare Scar tell me that I'm the future king? And plus, what he told is true. I ought to be brave, so I will visit the northern border today or tomorrow.
Uh-oh.
And
oh no.
Yes, oh no. And he didn't want to go alone because he was nervous, so he called his friend, the young lioness called Nala. And even though it was wrong, Simba decided to go. He had no idea that Scar had ordered 3 hyenas to go there as well. Scar wanted to kill the cub as the first step to take over the king of Mufasa and kill the future heir.
I can't see the elephant there. He looks scared.
No,
those are the skeletons.
Simba raised their head across the plains, leading Nala to the forbidden place. Eventually, they reached a pile of bones, and Simba knew that they had arrived. "It's creepy here," said Nala. "Where are we?" "This is the elephant graveyard," Simba cried. And then suddenly he saw Zazu, his father's advisor. "You must leave here immediately. You guys are in great danger. What are you doing here? You're forbidden." But it was already too late. 3 hyenas had surrounded them, laughing menacingly. Simba took a deep breath and tried to roar, but only a squeaky rumble came out. The hyenas laughed hysterically. Simba took another deep breath and roar. The 3 hyenas looked round into the eyes of King Mufasa. The hyenas fled howling into the mist. King Mufasa sent Nala and Zazu and told them to go head home. But he told Simba, "Stay back. Simba, I'm disappointed in you. You disobeyed me, and you are the future king of this great forest. If you do not listen, then how will you rule?" And Simba felt terrible. I was only trying to be brave like you," he stuttered. "Being brave doesn't mean you go looking for trouble, Simba." The moon shone brightly above them and the stars twinkled. Mufasa stopped. "Look at the stars. From there, the great kings of the past look down on us. Just remember that they'll always be there to guide you. And so will I." Simba nodded. The next day, Scar had devised another plan to get rid of Mufasa and Simba. He led Mufasa to the bottom of a gorge and told him to wait for his father. Then the hyena.
Mufasa or Simba?
Yeah. He told Simba to go to the bottom of the gorge and wait for Mufasa.
Yeah.
Okay. The hyena started a stampede among a herd of wild beasts. At that time, Mufasa was walking along a ridge with Zazu. "Simba," he cried, "I'm coming, wait." The king raced down the gorge and rescued his son. But he could not save himself. He fell into an overhanging rock as a wild beast swept past him. Looking up, he saw his brother. "Scar, help me, please." But Scar just leaned over and whispered, "Long live the king." Then he pushed Mufasa into the path of the trampling wild beast. When the stampede was over, Simba ran to his father's side. "Dad," he whimpered. But the king did not reply or even bat an eyelid. And Simba started sobbing. "Simba," the Scar told loudly, "What have you done? This is all your fault. The king is dead because of you. You are to run away and never show your face." As Scar returned to take the royal throne at Pride Rock, for Simba had run away. Simba stumbled, exhausted. And eventually, when Simba realized what was going on, he saw some animals looking at him worriedly. A warthog called Pumbaa and Timon, a meerkat, were gazing down. "Simba, are you all right? You look so dizzy." And Simba told, "Thanks for your help, guys, but it doesn't matter. I have nowhere to go." "Why not stay with us?" said Timon kindly. "Put your paws behind you. Remember Hakuna Matata. No worries, that's the way we live." And Simba thought for a moment and decided to stay in the jungle with his new friends.
They're happy folks.
Yeah. Many years later, deep in a cave, Rafiki stared at a picture of a lion. "It is time." The very next day, Simba rescued Pumbaa from a hungry lioness, and it was Nala. The two friends were delighted to see each other again, and Nala told Simba about Scar's reign of terror at Pride Rock and begged him to return. "Simba, with you alive, Scar has no right to the throne, and plus people are and the animals. The animals are having a horrendous time. They're so scared. Scar just eats them like anything. He doesn't even care for them. The forest is in danger, Simba." "I can't go back. I'm not fit to be a king," Simba said sadly. Nala told him, "Simba, you are the future king, and if you cannot do it, then who can? You must go back." So Simba decided. One day he lay by the stream and he saw his father's face, His father told him, Simba, go. Go for me. Scar does not deserve the place. Go. And back at Pride Rock, the hyenas shouted at King Scar, we have no food, we have no rain. What are you up to? You think you can rule like this? And at one point, a lion appeared through the smoke, and it was Simba. Scar lunged at him, and Simba, determined to kill him, and just as he had killed Mufasa, chased him into the cliff, and he fell. One dawn, the animals and birds made their way again at the foot of Pride Rock, just as they had the day Simba was born. Watched by the lions, the animals again they gathered, and the wise old baboon, he lifted a tiny lion cub and shouted, "This is your future king." And that night, Simba watched the stars rise in the sky. "Everything's all right, father," he said softly. "You see, I remembered." And the stars seemed to twinkle in reply. So I hope you really like the book of The Lion King, and we'll be back after a short break to discuss the moral of the story. So, welcome back, dear friends, and I hope you really enjoyed the story, The Lion King, a magical story. And here in this story, we had several different instances with different morals. So, what did you guys learn?
I learned that actually, no matter what happens to you, you can still go and don't give up no matter what. And also, Simba was brave, what I saw, because when he was small, he wanted to be brave as his father, but his uncle took the rule from him, because when his dad died, he went. But I like when Pumbaa and I forgot his name. Timon were helpful. Yeah, right? Yeah, helpful with him, and they are great friends.
Yeah.
How about you?
Yeah. I think from the story, I actually learned that we should never give up, and also we should not always trust what we actually see. Because some people may be trying to deceive us or take things from us which we may not be aware of, which are actually really great, but other people may want. So we should always be aware of what is around us, and at the same time, we should never give up.
Yeah. So I hope you really enjoyed the story, and as Albert Einstein once said, the only thing you absolutely have to know is the location of the library. I, for one, always search for the library, and I hope you all know where the Kuwait National Library is, and it has awesome books, so you should visit it. And with that, we have come to the end of this episode. I hope you have enjoyed, and you can watch us on KTV2. So see you and goodbye.
Bye.